See you on TV, sunset shit done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all.
All right, everybody, and welcome to the Swiss Army Nerds podcast, Sports Center edition. This is your co-host, John Stickert, and my other co-host,
Stephen Cockerham.
Yes, and we are here. We have a pretty good week, I think, as far as sports go. We are getting closer and closer and closer to the NFL season.
47 days, something
We're
like
just
that.
going to count
Let's
it
just
down.
put it this way. Last weekend was the last weekend without football till the Super Bowl because next week we have the Hall of Fame game.
Oh,
and then the
gotta see that.
It's still football. The following week starts preseason.
Yes. So, yeah, that's a good way to put it. That actually made me really happy. And sponsored by nothing. I can't.
Yeah,
say
don't do that.
No, we talked about this before we went official.
Sponsored by Bull Red. You can say that. I looked it up. Anyway,
So I can say light blue or light bud.
yeah, sponsored by Light Bud and Morgan Captain. But we're
Cola
here.
Coke.
I'm excited. We're gonna do the usual. Talk a little bit NBA. NBA is kind of dying down until it picks up. But we'll do some NBA. NFL will be our highlight, and then we'll finish with probably some WWE.
Everything kind of dies down until it picks up.
Yeah, usually, yeah, good one. And we got a cool article I want to talk about, and that'll be a big part. But first thing first, we'll go into the NBA. Haven't heard this name in a while. Lamar Odom
Oh yeah, I just saw this.
was in a gunfight at Hooters,
Yeah.
so his career is flourishing. He's doing phenomenal.
It's so mean. The guy was shot at, and you're like,
Okay, something tells me he put himself. I wish I could be a fly on the
It
wall.
doesn't sound like he avoided the situation at all.
You go to a Hooters, you should be prepared for a gunfight. Let me tell you. If I go to Hooters, I'm pretty much saying I'm gonna make a bad decision today.
Going to Hooters, better strap up.
That's right. Get the strap. Get the strap. But yeah, that's the first time I've read Lamar Odom in like 2 years. The last one before this was he was like dying at the Playboy Ranch in Nevada, and now he's at Hooters. So full circle.
He made
I guess.
it.
He made it.
He hit it big.
Hard to believe he's an NBA champion. It's crazy.
Like 2-time or 3-time NBA
I think
champion.
he's 2-time, if I'm not mistaken.
he's a sixth man.
Sixth man of the year. He was that too. Sixth man of the year. Shot at a Hooters. That'll be a hell of a Hall of Fame speech. He's not gonna make the Hall of Fame. Anyway, moving on from that, the conversation every year for the next 5 years is gonna be who's gonna beat the Warriors. So, who in the East do you think who could legitimately beat the
The
Warriors?
best chance is Boston,
Boston.
as long as they stay healthy.
As long as they stay healthy. That is a good question, though, because Kyrie has a bunch of injuries all the time.
You
so,
don't know how Hayward is going to bounce back.
Well, he's lucky he can walk.
Yeah,
Dude, I watch that video all the time. It's the most disgusting thing I've
the
ever seen.
snap.
It just shouldn't. You're so lucky you're alive. But I think the Celtics, too. I don't think the Raptors are a threat whatsoever.
No,
76ers, I think they're too young.
they're way too young.
I think maybe in 3 to 4 years, but I just don't. They'd have to stay healthy, and they'd have to get better, and usually those two things don't happen. But I think the Celtics are the closest ones, but I still don't think they're there. Like, they're the closest, but they still would lose in 5 games. So that's how big the difference is. Kevin Love
Yeah,
signs a $120 million extension with the Cavs. So basically, he's about to cash out.
and he signed the contract in their stadium that they're working on.
Yes.
Like, there was rubble and everything everywhere,
It was-
and he sat in a little table in a room full of debris and signed his contract.
It was the most Cleveland picture I've ever seen. The only thing that was missing was a man shotgunning a beer while burning a LeBron jersey, and you would have made that the new LeBron mural instead of the Cleveland one. But I read a thing that I thought was interesting. If he would have waited until next year, he could have signed the same deal for 5 years and gotten almost $120 million more dollars. I have no clue why he didn't just wait the year. Because in a year, it's not like LeBron's going to come back. He's got 4 years at the Lakers. So I thought that was kind of dumb. I'm sure there's some reason I don't understand behind it. But,
Yeah.
I thought that was crazy. So, my favorite player of all time, D. Wade, offered a 3-year contract, 25 mil, probably more than 3 years, not that much, but still, probably more than the Heat are going to pay him. But it's a Chinese league. I don't want that to happen.
He ain't gonna go.
Dude, I'd be so sad if he went. But he does have like a huge cult following over there. Like his shoes do
Get
really
it,
good.
but he's done everything. He's won 3 titles.
Yep.
He's got plenty of money.
Yep.
Like I don't see him doing it.
I think he does one more year with the Heat and he rides off in the sunset.
Yeah, I don't see him going. So people in China that are watching us right now,
All 6.
he ain't coming.
No. And how good can a Chinese basketball league be? You know what I mean? Like it's.
I mean, they had Yao Ming.
I guess, yeah. But Yao Ming he wasn't even as great as people think. He was just great for his, like, race. Like, he was the superstar of that race for a while. Like, look, he'll make the Hall of Fame. I think he might already be in it.
I think he is in the Hall of Fame.
But that was just because he was such a freak. He was like 7'3" or something insane. But moving up from that, Kawhi and the Jordan, they broke up. They're not a brand anymore. It's still a brand, but Kawhi and Jordan are splitting up. So no more Kawhi shoes. Not that anyone would ever buy Kawhi shoes. I wouldn't. That's the most boring shoe ever. It would just be gray, I would think, with a K on it.
So if you check your Amazon right now, you don't have any.
I don't have any Kawhi Jordans in there.
Give it till the end of the night.
But I thought
Until
it
he
was.
starts drinking.
That's right. But I thought it was interesting that Jordan Brand cut ties with him. It's got to be backlash for how he left the Spurs. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm over that whole Kawhi. Like, the guy didn't want to play there anymore. He made it clear that he didn't want to play there anymore, and now everyone's harping on him for the way he left.
They took the high road, sent him to Canada.
If they would have just given the guy what he wanted, so it's the Spurs' own doing.
No, I agree 100%. And plus, he wants to win. The Spurs aren't going to win for a long time now. They're just not. Pop is retiring soon. I don't blame Kawhi. I wouldn't want to live in San Antonio anymore. I wouldn't want to live in Toronto any less, though. Like,
He's only going to live in Toronto for a year,
Barely-
if that.
I guess they're trying to get another trade. He's trying to get out already. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live in Toronto, especially because they play almost through the entire winter. That's going to suck. But Kawhi and Jordan break up. I thought that was cool. Donovan Mitchell, the Utah Jazz.
The rookie sensation.
Rookie sensation. He is, quote unquote, going for LeBron's throne.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I know. I don't think anyone can have that for a long time. Only because he's been doing it for so long. He's literally been king of the NBA for 15 years. I don't think Donovan can do that. And I don't think anyone can stay as healthy as LeBron. That's the thing that always gets, like, glossed over. Is how much LeBron's stayed healthy. I think Donovan's had 2 injuries already. So
I'm over him. I'm
we have to
so
talk
sick
about it.
of hearing him.
We have to talk about it. We have to. Your favorite player of all time, Carmelo Anthony. He's going to sign with the Rockets, it's looking like, for only $4.2 million, but that's okay because the Atlanta Hawks are paying him $27 million to not play on this team. That's insane to me. Could you imagine not wanting a player enough to be like, just pay him?
We'll just pay him to get him off our roster.
Just pay him to leave. Please, God, leave. I thought it was interesting. Everyone's talking about it like it's this big deal.
Do you still think he thinks in his head he's a superstar?
Yeah, I think he thinks he's the best player in the league and has.
No, I think he doesn't care. I think as long as he has the money.
I just...
How could you think that if there's a team paying you to not be on their team?
Because in his mind, he thinks that it's because he's better off somewhere else. Like he's too good for Atlanta, so they're paying him.
He's a dumbass.
He is dumb.
No,
I've never liked
I
Carmelo.
don't think he cares. I think, he's all into He was married to what's her name for forever.
Lala.
Yeah, they're
She's
not
good-looking
married
chick.
anymore, but I feel like he's just he doesn't
She was
give a
la
crap
la
what he
la
does.
and all over a bunch of NBA players.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't judge. Get it, Lala? This is America, baby. Just don't go for Lamar.
He could be a nice
Hooters and bullets.
Hooters and Bullets. Hashtag Hooters and Bullets. That's amazing. That could be a country song.
Just post it right now.
It could be. Well, we could make it.
That's ours.
Yes. Hashtag Hooters, ours. Hooters
Trademark.
and Bullets. I hate Carmelo. I always have hated Carmelo. My brother was a big fan. Also, happy birthday to my brother.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday. I saw that.
Happy
Go-
birthday.
Golf clap.
Yep.
Golf clap.
Golf clap. I think he's 31. I should probably know that, but yeah, he's 4 years older than me, so it'd be 31.
He acts like he has 10 siblings.
Whatever. But anyway, He's always like Carmelo when he was with the Nuggets. I've always hated Carmelo because I hate isolation players. I just think they're boring. If you can't do what Kobe did in ISO, don't ISO. Kobe ISO'd so well that it wasn't isolation, if that makes sense. Carmelo, he plays zero defense. Old Kobe could play D.
I think Carmelo might play less defense than James Harden.
I think you're absolutely right. I think that Houston got significantly worse. They haven't signed yet, but they will.
No, they're going to do it.
They're going to get worse. They're going to, because that's just one more player who's going to hog the ball, and it's not going to be in Chris Paul's hands. And he's going to be ISOing, Harden's going to be ISOing, and Chris Paul's going to be like, okay, why am I here?
Yeah,
Like,
you're going to have two players that are just going to let them run the paint.
yeah, I think it's a bad marriage, but I think Houston's just trying to pick up someone to beat the Warriors, but Carmelo's not the answer. No, like they needed like a big 3-point shooter or a great sixth man. They didn't need Carmelo, and Carmelo refuses to play off the bench.
I don't think there's a player in the league or players in the league that you could form right now in this day and age that can beat the Warriors.
The only way I think you could have done it is if LBJ would have joined Houston without losing anyone. Like if you kept without Carmelo.
Yeah, so like LBJ, Chris Paul, James Harden, like Trevor Ariza, and all them guys.
You kept that group together, you would have had a championship team that could have beat the Warriors. I still would have picked the Warriors, but they'd have the best shot. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think there's even another player they could grab. And plus, if you listen to the Warriors talk, all of them are like, go ahead, try to beat us. Like, they're not backing down. Like, it's
they're not worried about it.
Like, I remember when when LBJ and D-Wade and Bosh were just rolling and they won 2 in a row, and that third year they went into it, or the fourth year they went into it, they pretty much thought it was theirs to win, right? That attitude is why they lost to the Spurs and they all split up. Warriors aren't doing that. Warriors are like, this is our house, take it from us. And they still have that championship mentality. So I don't see it happening. I think we're going to see a lot of Warrior champs.
There's going to be a lot of Warriors in the finals for years to come. So.
No doubt Steph's going to have more rings than LBJ any second. Any second, they're going to have
I
more
wouldn't be
rings.
surprised if the next 5 years Steph has the most rings.
No,
he's going to surpass Jordan. He's going to surpass LBJ.
I could see him ending on 7 or 8.
7 or 8 easily. If this team stays together, they're going to get it in the next 5 years.
Yep. No, there's not even a team. Especially because LeBron is committed to the Lakers. Unless, all these superstars start migrating to the Lakers, which I don't see happening.
No.
I just don't. It's too much. All right, moving on to still one of my favorite players. I love Isaiah Thomas.
He's getting screwed.
Oh, my God. He's getting so screwed. I love him. He's obviously a little guy. He's only 5'9", which is super short in the NBA. He was awesome, man. He was scoring almost 30 points a game when he was at his high with the Celtics, and the Celtics sent him to the Cavs. Then he went from the Cavs to the Lakers, and now he's with the Nuggets, I think. Either way, he's so disrespected, and that's what he said. Oh, breaking news. Daniel Cormier says his fight with Brock will be his last bout in the cage. I doubt that. If John Jones can come back, he'll come back for Bones. Bones is the only one.
Bones ain't never coming back.
No, he can't stay clean. He's on such a coke high. He's probably the one that shot at Odom.
Hashtag Hooters and Bullets.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. And that's just going to be their next breaking news. Like, TMZ, John Jones arrested. Shooting at Lamar Odom. I don't know. I feel bad for IT. He was so good, and he had that hip. I think it was a hip dysplasia or something. Something brutal, really hard to recover from. I hope he comes back and is MVP candidate. Like, that's the story I want to see. But
who did he sign with again?
The Nuggets.
Nuggets. That's right.
But the good news is it's a 1 year, and IT said if the Celtics wanted me back, he would go back. He loves being a Celtic. So maybe if IT comes back, has an amazing year, and then joins Kyrie, Hayward, the rest of them boys, Marcus Smart. Maybe you have a team that can beat the Warriors.
He has to have a year this year. He can't, this is for his career. If he doesn't have a good year, no one's going to try and get him.
He's done. Yeah, I agree 100%. I think I want to see him rise to it. You know what I mean? That's the kind of attitude I like to see, and that's the attitude he has. So I'm hoping that it translates into points and not rebounds. He's not getting rebounds.
No.
But, I still hope it translates. He could still be a great player. I mean, anyone can come back from it. I have to pull up Facebook real quick so we can see what our people are saying because I have no idea. Oh, we're good? All right, cool. But, IT, I hope you come back healthy. That's my thing. And I would like to see him be in the Celtics. I would love to see him go back to the Celtics.
Yeah.
I loved when he was on the Celtics. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was bummed when they traded him because he's one of my favorites.
Wasn't.
Well, you weren't. Yeah, of course not. But right now you need to root for the Celtics because if the Celtics can beat the Warriors, maybe that can break the Warriors up, and then you guys have a shot.
Good luck.
I know it's a long shot.
The Warriors were going to break up. They would have broke up when they were up 3 and lost to Cleveland in 4 straight games.
This is true. That is very
They probably would have broke up then.
That is very true. So that's. Do you have anything else for NBA? I mean, that's pretty much all of it. All the talk now is just like free agents next year and shit like that. There's really nothing for a while. So that's pretty much it for NBA. So NFL, our favorite, right? Oh wait, no, sorry. One more NBA thing. Dirk just broke Kobe's record.
Yep.
Do you see that?
Yep.
21 seasons
with the same team.
I mean, to be honest, it's the Mavericks, so he should get like an asterisk. Like, of course they kept him. He's the only decent player they've had for 21 years. So, but congrats on him. That's amazing. I guess I think it's cool. All right, so I want to start with. You know what? We're gonna start with this. So did you hear about McCoy? The update on McCoy?
I have not.
Okay. He's going to training camp as if nothing's happening. I think that's absolutely bizarre that they would let him go to training camp. Because they still don't know.
He hasn't been found guilty yet.
I know, but...
You can't do that. Because if they don't let him go to training camp, he hasn't been found guilty, charged nothing, then he could sue people.
Yeah, but... Okay, here's my retort. Brady was never found guilty. And he wasn't allowed to play for 4 games or go to training camp. So... we can't pretend that the NFL is fair because they're not. So I just think it's bizarre.
You gotta think about it like this, though. This is how I look at it as McCoy is up against a crime, right?
Yes, multiple felonies.
I get it. But Brady.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, he deflated balls. Let's be real. He didn't beat. Somebody.
He didn't deflate them.
Or he was
The equipment
you know
managers did.
That was more of it wasn't a law. It was an NFL, So it can be punished. It can be punished within the house. You know what I mean? For beating up your girlfriend or allegedly beating up your girlfriend, whatever the hell you did. Goodell isn't taking care of that. Like, he's going to take care of it once the higher powers take care of it.
Good. Well, see, if that was the case, then Goodell never would have punished Brady. You can't rely on the higher powers and then at the same time deny the higher powers. You either say that whatever happens in the court of law is how we will punish them, and if that was the case, Brady shouldn't have gotten any. Or you say the latter, which is we're going to dictate our own punishments and go by our own rules, regardless of whether the higher power says guilty or innocent.
I thought you were trying to differentiate the difference between law and then football law.
Yeah. Well, that is what I'm saying.
Football law they can take care of immediately, like they did with Brady. The law they can't do anything about because it's outside their circle.
Especially when McCoy's paying however the hell much he's paying. He has a very good lawyer. And I can pretty much guarantee you, they say, okay, McCoy, you can't even report to training camp. What the hell do you think that lawyer's going to do?
Well, yeah, sure, you could tie him up in legal fees. That's not the point. If I was the Buffalo Bills franchise, if I was, what is it? What's his name?
The Pagulas.
Yeah, if I was Pagula, I would say, listen, I'm not saying you're guilty. I'm not saying you're innocent. But right now, I'm going to need you to just sit out until we get this figured out.
Because they treat it as an image thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I understand. I do understand what you're saying. Hard to believe. I'm a Bills fan, but I get it. But I'm going to tell you, as a business person, you can't do that. You can't lead with your heart in a business manner. You need to lead with, like, protecting your assets, protecting your investors, protecting everything related to the business. And if you bench him at any point before anything happens to him, that's putting your business at risk. Because I'm going to tell you right now, that's the first thing I can guarantee you that lawyer's thinking. He gets held accountable for anything before the court of law, I'm going to file a lawsuit. And honestly, Shady would win.
Well, okay, this is the thing, though. This is my argument, is you can't say that it's a business when the NFL is all about pretending like they care about things. The entire NFL is ran as a business, but they put on this facade like they're a charity. They always do these things like, we're against domestic violence, yet almost like 1/3 fifth or sixth of their players have been charged with domestic violence. They're against PEDs, except almost all of them get popped eventually. They're against all of these things, but they never put their money where their mouth is. If I was an owner of a team, I would not, maybe this is why I would fail as a businessman, but I would sit there and say, if I let this kid play, I would pay him. I would still pay him. He earned that. That's fine. But I wouldn't let him step on that field until I know for a fact that he didn't do that to his kid, to a dog, and to his ex-girlfriend. Because if he did and he stepped on my field, that would make me sick to my stomach. And that's what happened with Ray Rice.
Josh says you can't say give out discipline and wait for the facts to come in. The league has all the power.
Yeah, and it shouldn't. The league has all the power, which means it's not the league. I'm saying if I was the Bills owner, I would say I'm not comfortable with this. Sit this out until we figure it out.
I'm just saying.
That's what I would say. I'm not saying it's right.
I feel like you doing that or picking to do that, I get where you're going from. Like, and you're leading with your heart. That's great. And I'm not saying anything against that. But business-wise, you really do open up Pandora's box. You have to have a set of rules, and you need to stick to those rules. So, okay, for instance, this is all I'm saying. Jerry Jones, he'll be the first owner to get himself into trouble, right? Because we know his mouth, like all the stuff that he's gotten into in the past. Okay? So Terry sits McCoy for something he did legally, right?
Yeah.
Jerry Jones does something, say illegal, or any of the owners. Say even Terry Pagula does something illegal. And those players go up and they say, okay, I want to sit out. You did something illegal, but I still want my... You have to have a universal. And unfortunately, criminal... negotiations, whatever the hell they're doing right now, investigations trumps everything.
If it was me, I wouldn't let him walk on my field until I knew.
I don't think anyone's disagreeing with you there.
That's all I'm saying. He has the power to say to McCoy, it's his team, period. If McCoy really wants to argue that, I think McCoy would kind of look like a piece of shit. He's going onto someone else's field. Yes, he's a player. I get that. But you put yourself in a scenario, and whether you're innocent or guilty, that's not what is it, Pagula? It's not Pagula's fault that he put himself in the situation. Is it right, wrong, whatever, doesn't matter. I wouldn't want to risk that being the face of my franchise, and then in 4 months it comes out that I was playing someone who did this when I had the option to not play. And again, this is just how I feel. I'm not saying Pagula's doing anything wrong or right. I'm just, if I was Pagula, I'm uncomfortable with that because until I know, I don't want a player like that in my association.
Okay, so say it's a stretch and you are Pagula then, and then you bench him. He doesn't play any of your training camp, and then after an investigation, and I know it's a stretch, he's found completely innocent with no wrongdoing.
Yeah.
How would you handle that? Or how would you handle that media backlash?
And you're going to lose your best weapon.
And honestly, and then not only that, how would you handle, because I'm going to tell you right now, you do that and you're found innocent, McCoy is going to play half-ass, rightfully so, and the next time his contract is negotiated, see ya, Buffalo.
See, I would be, this is me, I'd be fine with that. He's a running back, he's replaceable. There's running backs that come out every year they might not be McCoy, but they can put the position and play it. If he was a quarterback, and this is fucked up thinking, but if it was Tom Brady, that's a whole different scenario. Tom Brady, when he's 32 years old, you make that decision and you let him play. Because you will never replace Tom Brady. You will replace McCoy, but you might not replace the damage he does if you let him play. Like, imagine if Ray Rice what if that got swept under the rug and there was no video like they planned on doing. And they would have let that dude, who was an amazing running back, people forget that, play for 7-8 games, and then that video drops. The Ravens look like assholes, especially because Ozzie knew and saw the video. It's a different scenario, but at the same time, what I'm saying is I wouldn't want to hurt my team's image by risking it, and I would hope McCoy would understand that because it's Bill's Mafia. It's an image. It's a business. Yeah, that's how it's ran, but it's also an entire franchise that people adore and love. I'm just saying that's a risky thing. If you endorse someone who could possibly have done this, it's risky. I wouldn't take that risk. Some people would. Maybe that's why I could never be an NFL owner, because I can't differentiate. I'd rather lose a great player and keep my image intact. That's how I would run it. But Jerry Jones is the opposite. He has how many rings with that franchise? Maybe that's why. He never gave a shit if you beat, abused, anything.
I think it was all 4, yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Jones never cared about that, and he's got the rings to show for it. maybe that's the key, you know. I guess I just wouldn't risk it. At least with training camp, I'd be like, give it a little time. I don't know the logistics though. If it's going to take 8 months to figure this out, sure, let him play. But
personally, I feel like training camp. I know it sounds bad saying it's not a big deal because truthfully, training camp, you're learning your entire season. You're learning to play comfortable with this new guy, that new guy, whoever.
With Peterman.
Yeah.
Peterman.
I don't think I'd let him play games.
The game thing, I think I think Pagula is a pretty level-headed man. I think he's letting the investigation work its way out, but basically they're letting him go to training camp to learn the plays, learn the you have to gel with that team, and really him not playing at all is going to do during training camp is going to be so detrimental to that.
I guess because I'm on the outside, I just see that, but maybe they know more. Maybe they know more. They've had conversations with McCoy, I'm sure. But I don't know. It just when I saw that update, I just wanted to talk about it because it made me uncomfortable. Not that I knew we sat there and we said, we have our opinions about McCoy and if he did or didn't. But at the same time, when you're in that situation, it's such a serious thing nowadays, and it always should have been. I just don't know if I would have risked it. But, All right.
My turn.
Oh, you want a retort?
You need to.
No, I don't care about that. You just keep going story to story. I'm just sitting over here.
Oh, is that the one we're doing?
Yeah.
Same one? All right, cool. That's the one I was going for.
I know, but you keep jumping all over it.
I'm
This
looking
isn't the
what's next.
sticky
Oh.
and
He's
somewhat
salty.
Steve sports special.
So I'm going to call it that. Sticky and somewhat Steve Sports Special. That's amazing.
And Steve is in the room.
And Steve is at the table.
All right. So, the Rams and Gurley, now I don't know why you're doing it, are finalizing a 4-year deal, $60 million extension, which I 100% agree. I think Todd, it's like you and Manziel. Gurley is probably, I'm going to say top 5 running back in the league.
Oh,
easily.
At least. He could be top
Easily.
3, I would argue.
So, I mean, and this is my pick, my sleeper pick to represent the NFC and the Super Bowl.
It's a good pick.
I would give him the money. I would have given him more, personally, but the next story, which we'll get to possibly, they need to save up some money for their big defensive tackle.
Yes.
But how do you feel?
I thought it was interesting. It's smart. Obviously, you want to keep Gurley. I think that's intelligent because you have this amazing defense, a young, amazing defense.
Yep.
And what you said it last week, what wins championships? Great
Defense.
defenses. You know what else wins championships? Great running games. Why? You control the clock with both sides of that. It's just genius. So you have Gurley. You have him do his thing. You pay the man. It was $60 million.
45 of it guaranteed.
Guaranteed, which is good. And why I wanted to talk about this, and why I'm sure you want to talk about, we've been talking about Le'Veon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Le'Veon had a lot to say about this because that was somewhat close to the deal he wanted.
70.
He wanted 70, but he wanted
No, they offered him 70. He denied it.
Oh, okay, yeah, he wanted a certain amount of money
He wanted it in the
guaranteed or
hundreds.
something
Yeah.
like that. It was he wanted like 5 years, $100 million with 60 or 70 guaranteed.
Yep.
Completely fair in my opinion, but whatever. I think that's just an example of the Rams being an intelligent organization and going, this dude's talented. We can build around him. He's got no criminal issues.
He's
clean. He's clean. He's got good image. He's got good work ethic. I mean, why wouldn't you pay the man? And I like it, man. I like when running backs get paid because they are so underrated and they are underpaid. You know what I mean? They're like cornerbacks.
Nowadays, I remember back in the old days, like running backs were high quality. Like you wouldn't be surprised to see a running back go number 1 in the draft.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you're surprised if you see a running back go in the first round.
Yeah, it's like a big, huge deal. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting to see like the Rams do it, and then of course Le'Veon had some funny Instagram things where it's like, oh, so you're gonna pay this guy? Which him and Gurley are friends. He's not dissing Gurley. He's just saying like, okay, open your eyes, Steelers. Like, what are you doing? I think that he earned that, especially after his brutal injury he came back from. It's amazing.
He was in Georgia.
I think he had torn ACL or something. But yeah, he killed it. I'm glad you bought that one.
I think it was at the Senior Bowl too.
Yeah, he sat out like a whole year.
Yeah.
And he came back. He was a beast. He's honestly one of those players, like, he just got paid. He'll be in the running for either Offensive Player of the Year or maybe, MVP's never got a running back, but maybe he's in the conversation. He's one of those players. So, yeah, I'm glad he got paid. Good for him. I want to talk about J.J. Watt because I don't know. Did you see his Instagram?
No.
Oh, my God. Let me pull this up real quick. But so J.J. Watt he's had a few bad injuries, to say the least. He had a couple back surgeries. I think he tweaked his knee last year. He had a
Ironic.
that's funny. I think he tweaked his knee last year. He did a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
But he's back. He's the face of the organization of the Houston Texans. He always has been. So I'm excited. So they do a thing, if people don't know this, they do a thing where they do it's like a test to make sure you're healthy to go. And that's the picture he posted when he passed it.
Good Lord.
He demolished every single record you could have at his age, at his position, and after an injury. He's a monster, man. He's the Hulk in real life, and that's what people are saying. Is like, this guy went out for a whole year, and he's been nothing but working his ass off. JJ and Clowney are going to eat people alive, man. If JJ stays healthy, I cannot wait to watch that side of the ball, and then the other side of the ball with Watson. Oh, Houston's going to be fun to watch, man. I'm excited.
And they got the Honey Badger. too.
Yes, yeah. And I loved him. He's great.
I
Great
wanted
work
him.
ethic. Yeah, he would have been a good pickup. I couldn't believe that the Cardinals let him go. I couldn't.
It's crazy.
I don't know what they were thinking. But I'm so excited. JJ's one of my favorite, if not my favorite NFL player. I want to see him come back and just demolish. I want another 21
I want to
sacks
see
season.
him get an MVP. I can't believe he didn't get when he had
He
that
deserve-
21 sack season. He still didn't get an MVP.
Biggest robbery
I
ever.
get it. It's a quarterback league. It's a quarterback-driven league. I understand. But has any player ever had 21 sacks in a season?
Not to mention, if you remember, that was the year he played tight end for like 30
Yeah.
snaps. In
Yep.
3 of those, he got touchdowns. I mean, he should have got it. It was a joke.
Had how many picks for a touchdown?
Oh
like
my
3
God.
or 4.
JJ Swat, man. I love it. I'm excited to see him come back. And that picture of him just yoked out of his mind, I was like, fuck yes. Like, I love that. I love JJ because you could tell he takes himself so seriously. I was reading a cool thing about how much he eats. He eats 12,000 calories a day. And he makes all the food himself because he's one of those people. He doesn't like people making his food. And he's like, yeah, I get up at 4 in the morning. And the guy's like, how long do you cook? He's like, about 4 hours. It's like, oh my God. Like, imagine cooking chicken.
He's in bed by 9 o'clock every night.
Right, yeah. He's a beast, man. I'm excited. Moving on, Jimmy G. What's his name?
Garoppolo.
Did you hear about that? I read that
That's-
article. That was sick.
That he said he was better than Tom Brady.
Oof,
He
that's,
has, I mean,
Stop it.
that's ballsy.
No, Tom Brady's the GOAT. There's not even a
and did
second.
you also read, too, he said in the same article that after every single win, Belichick called him to talk over the game. And they, like, had lengthy conversations of every win he had in the 49ers.
I mean, I'm sure Belichick. I don't know. I think all the Belichick drama started because Belichick wanted to keep him.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I'm glad Jimmy left, though. I think he won 4 games. I think
5.
4 or 5
He did
games.
good.
He did really good. I mean, to say it better than Tom Brady, stop.
You just
Get some help. Get some help, man.
now you're just looking for attention.
Yeah,
And
nobody's ever going to be better than Tom
when you
Brady.
come
Listen, it
out
wasn't-
and
I'm-
have a
let me
bad
see if I can
season and
find
throw
these.
more picks and touchdowns,
Yeah, right.
that's the Brady curse. Congratulations, you put it on yourself.
I just don't. I don't know. It's like saying it's
Hold on.
sacrilegious. It's just,
It's not like that bad. I've always had that mindset, Garoppolo said. I knew that Brady was better than me in my first day in the NFL. Naturally, you're a rookie, he's a veteran. But you have to have that mindset that you want to be the starter. So it wasn't like, I'm
Yeah.
better than you. He's sitting there like, he could, you have to have that because he's competing for the starter. Well, think about it. Of course you don't.
and I get that, and I respect Jimmy, dude. That's how you have to be when you're an athlete in a competitive sport, especially like football. You have to have that mindset. I'm number one. Just don't say it. Have that mindset, but don't say it. I just think it's a little like it sounded like sour grapes to me.
Listen, you're screwing yourself, Jimmy, because that's on social media. It's gonna be all over the internet. It's gonna hit NFL Live.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if they're talking about NFL Live. So now you've just put that much pressure on yourself, and if you come out and have a horrible season,
Yeah.
But he said right in there, I don't agree, because I think he said right in there, he did. He said, he's better than me, I knew it from day one, but of course I have to have that motivation, because you're trying to take his spot.
But it wasn't gonna happen.
But, okay, do you think, like, he would even come close if he said there, well, I don't got a shot?
No,
Him
but-
having that mindset got him a starting position in
I get
49ers.
have the mentality. Say
don't
that.
say it.
Put it on social media.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's fine to have that mindset. I would never say it. That's like LeBron never came out and said I'm better than Michael Jordan.
Like if he wants to come out
no,
and say,
but he could. I guarantee LBJ thinks it, But he would never say that because it's out of
my whole
respect,
thing is
and
I
it's
feel like
he'd get skewered.
all of the articles that are saying, oh, he said this, he said this, he said this. Once you read the article, it's like, come on.
If he would have come out and said, I'm better than Peterman, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you're going after the GOAT.
He's way better than
All
Peterman.
right, you just don't put it on social media.
He'd be better than Peterman with no arms.
It wasn't really, that's the thing, it wasn't really
And
on,
no head.
It was a long article in the New York Post. It wasn't really on, like they interviewed him about his
I
relationship
get it, but
with
now it's
Belichick.
on social media.
What about his relationship with the porn star? We talked about
Oh
that
yeah, he
last
has a
week,
hot,
right?
like she's a good-looking girl.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah,
a 45-year-old
she's just-
porn star. Yep. Hey, to each their own. Good grab, man. At least you know what you're getting into. Get it? But
Or everyone else knows what you're getting into.
That's right. I forget her name, but of course I googled it.
Tina Cavalier says hello.
Oh, hi. What's up, friend? Okay, so Julio Jones. We both went back and forth. You said we were number 1 and number 2.
Yeah,
wide receiver.
he's number 2 in the league.
I thought it was really interesting to say those Falcon fans are divided about him. What? Why? How are you divided? Keep him. Why wouldn't you want to keep him? Like, you're mad because he's holding out for money, but anyone would, right? Like, you've earned that money.
I think
It's not like he's a bump on a log. Like, the dude he took you to that Super Bowl that you lost in the worst loss in Super Bowl history. But he took you there to the promised land. Pay the man. I just don't get it, man. Fans are so ungrateful.
I think the people that are
divided.
I think it's going to be the older generation that agree with a lot of people. What are saying is he knew what he was signing up for. He needs to honor that contract.
No, fuck that.
I get it. He's their only weapon. I understand, and
Well,
he's the
Matt,
second best receiver in the league.
Here's what bugs me, okay, about the Julio situation. They paid Matt Ryan the biggest contract of all time, literally last year. So you're gonna pay that man. Guess what? Guess all that money that guy earned. Okay, half of that should go to fucking Julio, because Julio is the 6'7" monster of a man who jumps up and picks some of those touchdowns out of the air when it's 12 feet in the air.
Yep.
Okay, so what? You know what I mean? Like, you can't pay half of your offensive tandem that and say the other half doesn't deserve it. It's
Hey,
just,
listen, I'm fine. If he leaves, we get rid of Deshaun and we bring in Julio. You have Julio on one side, Mike Evans on the other side.
oh, God,
I would take it.
Dude, I would root for Tampa. I love watching offensive tandems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like that, and you don't really get to see it that often. Honestly, the
anymore.
closest one we get to see is Cleveland this year with Landry and Gordon.
Gordon and yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see that, but I agree with you. I think we're both in the same mindset. Remember last week, I think it was, we talked about how Terrell Suggs is somehow still in the league?
Yep.
Well, he's not retiring anytime soon.
What'd he say?
He came out and he said, this is not the end. I have more in the tank. I think he's 34, 35.
He's got 125 sacks.
He's a monster.
I
He's
did
a
not
Hall-
realize he had that many sacks.
He's a Hall of Famer. People forget that. Like, people forget that he I think he played a different position. He did than Ray Lewis, but he's the next best defensive player, maybe next to Ed Reed, but of the Ravens organization.
Yeah.
The dude was a beast.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it anymore.
He's just old. He was like, listen, I love James Harrison. He's a beast in the gym, but you can see it when he's out on the field.
Oh, yeah.
He's old.
And like everyone's like, oh, he got like 4 sacks in 4 games, like Harrison last year. And I'm like, yeah, but they were meaningless sacks. Like, they weren't like. That's the thing. On the plays, if they give up and you get a sack, it doesn't really mean much. Age is you can't beat Father Time, man. You just can't. He's undefeated for a reason. I just don't like that Suggs is going to sully his legacy. Like, even Ray Lewis knew the end was
time
coming.
to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he.
But Ray Lewis is that kind of guy. Like, I feel like he's that guy that he knew he was wearing down, and he didn't want to do that to his legacy. So he's like, I'm going to go off in the sunset.
On
People are
top,
gonna
he
think
won that Super Bowl.
And I think Suggs is just one of those guys, no offense. He feels like he still has it, and he might, but I don't think he realizes he's going to be slow. Like,
every year, athletes get faster, stronger, more agility, and smarter. It's just what happens. That's what evolution is. That's why these kids are out there running 4.4s. Like, that's not even a big deal anymore.
Nope.
Back in the day, you run a 4.4, you're the fastest dude in the league. Not anymore. I'm just saying, Suggs. It doesn't even matter how intelligent you are. When you're at that position and you get beat physically, you lose your position. I think the Ravens just they kind of have a soft spot for him.
They do.
Which I kind of don't like that. You know, you just got to be, like Aaron said
It's the
earlier.
Ravens. You got to give them something.
I guess that's true. All right, so I thought this was cool. The Saints punter does 418 pull-ups to raise money for cancer.
Holy
418. Could you? I haven't done that many in my life.
I could do 4.
My arms is dead.
I could do 4.
Like four. I don't know. I didn't read. I'm guessing it was like every pull-up you get money, but still, how incredible to be able to do that, and what a cool charity to do it
How
for.
long did
Yeah.
it take them?
I didn't read
6
that far. I
days.
just
6
6 days. No, I think it was in one day.
480 days.
Was it all at once, or could you just hop back on?
He just did a pull-up every day. Come on. All right, I'll be back tomorrow.
I'm positive that he didn't do it all at once. Because if he did that, I'm pretty sure he'd be in Guinness. There's no
Never
fucking
know.
way.
No.
There's no way he did 480 odd pull-ups in one go.
No, there's absolutely no way. So this article I thought was really cool. It's all of the teams' best, non-championship teams' best Hall of Famers, and of course I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, I can already tell you who yours is.
Well, yeah,
It's Barry fucking Sanders.
fucking, we're gonna say that for the A.
Everyone knows the line. Like, seriously? Who have you had since?
I guess that's true. I guess it's true. So I
guess
actually
mine's John Lynch.
I was gonna save. I know it's Barry Sanders, but I wanted to read
Oh,
it. So
shit.
I didn't read this. So I wanted to
I'm
just
gonna
do
see
our
who mine
teams.
is. Yeah, I'm gonna say mine's Lynch.
Buffalo Bills linebacker Mike Strayton.
You were around for that, right?
It's a gray and white picture.
They went back to back. Yeah, it's a that shows you. Black and white. They have a
Oh, they got
color.
leather helmets.
Do they?
No.
No, they don't. They
He
actually.
talks like he's a Pats fan.
No,
Like,
that's-
his team sucks.
Who,
just-
me? No, I'm a very reasonable Detroit fan. I know what I am.
There's nothing reasonable about Detroit. You're just as bad as the Bills.
No, we're worse.
So it's best non
Chad
Hall of Fame,
Ochocinco in Bengals. What?
right?
He's the
Non-Hall of
best.
Famer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go John Lynch.
The best non-Hall of Famer. So Barry Sanders can't be it.
That's so sad that somebody headbutted a girl and she's the Ocho guy.
What?
The Bengals. Chad
Oh.
Ochocinco. That's really.
Ochocinco's a piece of shit.
And he's the
Let's
best
keep
one
going.
they have. That's what my
It's taking
point
forever
is.
to load. Ochocinco said he could come back and beat OBJ. Did you
Okay,
read that
that's
article?
a good one.
Oh, Detroit Lions. Alex Perez. No, I'm done. I
Keep
can't.
going to mine. I want to see if I'm right. I'm gonna
With
say
Calvin
Johnny.
Johnson not yet eligible, he'll be Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, even though he shouldn't be. That's right. Calvin Johnson shouldn't be in the fucking Hall of
I
Fame.
can't believe that just blows my
He
mind.
he fucking left like a bitch and wanted to go to
So
Patriots.
salty today.
Are you kidding me? He left when we were like finally getting good. Jesus Christ, it's taking forever.
All right, you keep talking. I'll
All right,
scroll
cool.
till I get to the Bucks.
No, I'll go on about Calvin Johnson. Fuck him. He left because he was like, "Oh, I was getting dinged up." Well, you're a 6'7" wide receiver.
This is a new segment of our show. It's John Vince about Calvin Johnson.
That's
Enjoy.
right. Fuck Calvin Johnson, okay? And if he came back, I'd take him, but I wouldn't be happy about it. That's for sure. I actually,
Get over it.
I would get over it pretty fast. I actually been doing reading about Detroit. They said that this is a year we take the division. I say no because Aaron Rodgers still has a heartbeat. So
This is the year you take the division. Who wrote that?
I'm pretty sure it was Skip Bayless.
I was gonna get the
Facts, man.
Stop! I forget you're a Skip fan. I fucking hate Skip.
Now it's gone.
Skip
I'm off my-
blocked me on Twitter. Let's talk about that.
What did you do?
Skip,
Skip Bayless. He's my boy.
He blocked
What'd you
me on
do?
Skip,
Twitter.
love you.
It
He-
seems like everyone blocks you on
What
Twitter.
did you
I talk
do?
a lot of shit. He's had this comment. He was saying how LeBron James is so ungrateful and he's so undeserving of everything, and just ripping LeBron apart. And so I was like, I said to LeBron, I was like, you know, you're really ungrateful for someone whose entire career is built around the fact that LBJ exists in this league. The fact that you slide LBJ's dick down your mouth every morning on your shitty Undisputed just shows you how reliant you are and how grateful you should be that LBJ even walked into this league and he blocked me. Which
I wonder why.
every word of that is true. The dude goes on there and shits on LBJ on a daily basis just because he's got a huge hard-on for Michael Jordan. If you're a Michael Jordan fan, it shouldn't make you blind to greatness. There's nothing wrong saying that LBJ is great. There's nothing wrong with it. You can say that and still love MJ, but not in Skip's mind. And Skip's going on there talking shit about Kawhi like he was never a champion. He was never this. Well, he was a champion, and he was an MVP candidate, and he was a two-time Defender of the Year, and you're pissy because he left San Antonio. That's not his fucking fault. Like, if Kawhi doesn't want to play in your shitty city, that's not his fault. I hate Skip, man. He sits there and he treats these people who literally give him a job. That's like us coming on here and saying all athletes are stupid idiots and they shouldn't even be allowed in the rooms.
So, okay, it's like you shitting on the Bills all the time, right?
We shit on the Bills because that's just statisticians. If they ever did something good, like something valuable to talk about, like win a playoff game, then we'd give them a round of applause. But so far, they're the chokiest franchise of all time.
Oh my
John
God.
Lynch.
Called it.
Oh, you did call it. Wow, you know your shit pretty good. 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro. Played 241 games. And he's not in the Hall of Fame?
He's been eligible. He's gotten to the last bracket 3 years in a row, and he hasn't
He'll
made
get
it
in there eventually, I would
Yeah.
think. But honestly, though, the longer it is, the harder it is because we have so many good athletes
Yep.
coming up. You know what I mean? All right, well, fuck Skip Bayless. This is second
Love
take.
you, Skip.
I actually made sure we can call this second take if we want to because I was worried.
Jesus.
There's no other second.
I'm pretty
take.
sure Carl's gonna comment because he hates Skip Bayless. So if
You're the
Carl's not
Skip.
at work,
I'll be Stephen A. Or what's the other guy? Max Kellerman. He's pretty stupid. I don't mind being him. All right. So OBJ's showing up for training camp. I don't know why they used that picture. Did you see that? It was Troy Polamalu. It doesn't matter. So I thought it was cool. OBJ
their hair's close.
close, yeah. Same ramen noodles. I thought it was cool that OBJ's going to show up. He's still working some kinks out, but I'm excited. I think he's going to come back nasty. He looks in insane shape. Still has his hands, still has his speed.
Yeah.
I mean, he's young.
He's
We
like,
knew-
what,
and he-
25?
Yeah, and I think he just broke his ankle, but still, it's awesome to see him come back. I guess we'll take a sad moment. Talked about the offensive
that was
lineman
crazy.
coach, Tony Sperano,
Yep.
died.
2 days ago? Yesterday? Yesterday.
No, I think it was a few days ago now. But either way, R.I.P., man.
His
That's-
wife found him in his kitchen.
Yeah, it's really, it's crazy. I didn't read what it was exactly. I think it was a heart thing.
It was a heart thing.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. He was young, especially in the NFL, all coaches go to like 70. It's hard to put that down. But he was an active coach, I believe, right?
He was the offensive coordinator for
The Vikings. I
Vikings,
thought.
yeah.
Yeah. So he was a good coach and still going. I mean, it's pretty sad. I mean, for sure. I was surprised. But moving on from that, the Giants signed what is it? Saquon? Is that how you say it? Saquon. Sorry.
Saquon Barkley.
To a 4-year, fully guaranteed deal.
Yep.
I thought that was really cool. I think it was
34.
33, something
33
like
or
that.
34.
30 mil guaranteed. I mean, imagine getting that paycheck in the mail. That's got to be nice. I thought that was crazy.
I'll never know.
Yeah, right. Neither of us will. At least until ESPN hires us.
Woo woo.
Even then.
Are you gonna be okay if we gotta sit, like, have a show with Skip?
There's no way Skip would be alive by the time we made it. Skip's like 84. He's literally alive off the hatred for LeBron. When LeBron retires, Skip will like fade away like a phantom. Like he's only here to ruin LBJ's
Like
life.
in Star Wars with Luke.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, all right, I'm done. My job is done. That's pretty good. What was I even saying? That was such
We
a
were
good
talking
one.
about Saquon Barkley getting his guaranteed.
I mean, how crazy is that? You got a rookie. He hasn't done anything. Yeah, he's a monster, but that's a lot of money.
Guaranteed. That's crazy to think.
I don't know if I've ever heard of it. Like, not recently ever.
Because let's face it, there's probably been more bust first pick for running backs and quarterbacks in the league. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I have no doubt the man's not talented, but like, do you really want to give him that much guaranteed and then he comes out and he just is not what he was in college? Professionals texting on the show.
Sorry, it's fucking Robbie. He knows I'm doing the podcast. No, I agree 100%. If he comes out, gets injured, he's got that money. But hopefully he's not like that. That's what I'm saying.
No, I never want to see someone be a bust, but
Yeah.
it's kind of a...
I hope he comes out, he's just an animal. I love running backs, so that'd be cool. Even with the Giants, I mean, he'll do something. Earl Thomas done with the Seahawks. The Legion of Boom is...
The Legion of Boom
officially-
is done.
Has been dead, I think, for about a year or two. But it's officially... I think, I can't remember. Where'd Sherman go?
Niners.
Niners, that's right, because he wanted to compete against his old team. Which all they have now is Russell Wilson, right? There's no one...
Pretty much.
There's there's no one
Yeah,
really...
because Chandler retired, didn't he? Or he's debating it?
I think, no, I can't remember which one retired. Was it Chandler? I don't think he was. I think he went to a different team.
Chandler? Yeah, Chandler did leave.
I think he went to Dallas. Did he go to Dallas or something? I'm not sure.
Someone joined Sherman at the Niners
Oh.
from the Legion of Boom.
Well, there you go. Trying to recreate it with Garoppolo. I mean, the Seahawks kind of, ever since that 1 yard line,
That's
can't
the
recover.
dumbest play in Super Bowl history.
in NFL history, and not just Super Bowl, in NFL history. But, well, maybe the butt fumble could be.
That was pretty good.
Close. That's up there.
It's funny that you bring that up.
Ooh.
If you go to the Bleacher Report and you look, it says who's going to be the worst team in the league. They have the butt fumble playing.
It's because the Jets are going to be trash. I can't even tell you what the Jets picked up in the draft. Nobody worth mentioning. The Jets shouldn't even.
Did they even draft?
Yeah, they drafted, but that's the
I
thing.
just assumed
Nobody.
they just were like, you don't get a draft
I
pick.
think they got a couple of like offensive linemen or something. Something very forgettable. I hate the Jets. They should be deleted as a team. Delete. All right, so we'll move in. Well, do you want to do the one article I want to talk about? It's
Go for it.
about the most influential people in sports, and then we'll go into WWE, and that'll be our finisher. But I thought this article was really cool because you can kind of guess like who would be it. I guessed that it would be LeBron, who's the highest influencer. I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll see. Garoppolo is on it actually.
That's unfortunate.
LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball is number 10.
That is ridiculous.
Yep. He's apparently influential. I have no idea who Chinny Aguam Mike is. I guess it's
Is it a chick?
yeah.
Chinny.
It's a chick. I don't know who a lot of these people are. Sean Wotherspoon.
No idea.
No idea either. I'm not too savvy on that.
Is CM Punk on there?
See, I doubt it. He's not really an athlete anymore. Can you say that?
Oh, it's
Giannis Akumbu.
it's Apawakawandu.
That was close. You're good. Pretty much. It was.
I can't pronounce that name.
It's Giannis Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Let me see. Who else we got? Juju Smith-Schuster. I love Juju. Jelly Fam. I have no idea who that is. But
an
he's
old
number.
school
Some
basketball
weird
player.
ass names I'm hearing.
That's what I love. That's the whole reason I want to do. Victor Oladipo. He's that guy who could sing really well in the NBA. I used to look him up. It's pretty interesting.
It's the
Don't
chick,
know.
It's the chick from Notre Dame. They just won the title last year
The definition of clutch. Can you
because she
say her
had
name?
2 clutch shots.
I'm guessing it's Erica Aga.
Don't even try. Don't even try.
Okay, fair
We're
enough.
gonna get booted.
No, we could mispronounce it. LeBron James, number 2. But he was on there not because of how good he was, but because he's always talking shit. Like, not in a good way. He's always speaking his mind. So, and like pretty much everyone cult follows him, including me. So I would say he's got a lot of influence. Although he can't keep a mural up. Did you see the new one?
Oh my
he
god, it keeps getting.
Stop
Because it's
doing
a
it.
Kobe town.
Stop doing it, man.
Like, you gotta understand, it's Kobe generation.
They even made it so he was looking.
I know, he was
to
looking up
Kobe.
at Kobe, Magic,
Yeah.
and all those big timers, and you notice the big timers didn't get nothing.
Nothing.
It was
It's
just
just
LeBron just got
6 and
washed.
3, man. That's gonna be the bane of his existence. 6 and 3, man.
That guy just needs to stop. Like, it's done. Someone's gonna vandalize that portrait every time. I get it. You're a LeBron fan, but just stop.
Honestly, it's just a waste at this point. Like, you're wasting paint. Like, just accept that they're gonna hate LeBron. I'm interested to see what it sounds like in the arena.
It'll be a
Staples Center.
mix. There'll be a lot of cheers, but there will be the booze.
He's the Roman Reigns of NBA.
I don't know if he's that bad.
Oh, stop. He's getting better. That's actually a good segue. So we're going to go right
Congratulations, people. We get to see Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar again.
Third time.
Woo!
I'm super excited. Obviously. He's the only one they could have went with. There's no other option.
Let me tell you how this match is going to end. It's going to be a 2-minute match.
No, it's not.
They're going to fight each other decent for a minute. Brock's going to get angry because Roman's going to hit him. Roman's going to get a busted open skull. Something's going to happen. Brock's going to retain.
There is no way they would have went with Roman Reigns if he was going to lose again. Me and Aaron had this conversation.
Unless
every
Vince
week.
is trying to just kill Roman.
Yeah, unless Vince is seriously sitting there going, I'm going to fuck this kid up. There's no way. You literally cannot have him lose this match. And I said that at WrestleMania. I did. But hindsight being 2020, it actually made sense. It helped the storyline because he kind of gets a little more heelish. It's bullshit. Even the thing at one of the worst events ever, the Greatest Royal Rumble, that finish really did help because Roman technically won it and they botched the finish. That helped. All of these things build up. At the end of the day, would you really want to see Bobby as champ? The dude can't even talk in the mic.
Fell flat.
Listen,
He's
I
expecting so much out of him.
see you're taking it wrong. I love Roman. I'm a fan of Roman. I'm sick of the Roman Brock feud. I'm over it.
Here's what you got to understand. If you want Brock gone, which we both agree we do, right? If you want Brock gone, you need to root for Roman like you've never rooted for.
I'm gonna root for Roman. Don't get me wrong. Like
because,
come SummerSlam, I'm rooting for Roman.
Because Roman is Vince's guy. Straight up, it's Vince's guy. The only person.
Are you sure?
Oh yes.
Are you sure?
I'm sure because he gave him the title shot again. This is the only chance they had Bobby versus Brock. Because Brock is probably maybe he comes back, maybe he doesn't. Maybe Bobby's not even around when he comes back. You don't know, right? It's all unpredictable. So this was their chance to do it because everything else you don't even have him signed. I think after SummerSlam, they didn't do it. Now's the chance to make a once-in-a-lifetime match, and he picks Roman. Do you really think he's going to give away a once-in-a-lifetime match at the Barclays Center in lieu of Roman, who people are already salty about, and then Roman loses?
I don't know anymore. Like, I would be like, nah, there's no way that's going to happen. But look how they've been dicking around Roman for, like, the last year.
I feel like the only reason why Roman got a shot is because Bobby's sucking. Like, he's
not bad.
He's falling flat. He's not a main eventer. Don't act like he is.
Bobby, listen, and this is what I want to make this clear. I actually love Bobby in the ring. When he's in the ring, I know that probably sounds bizarre, but he's first of all, he's freakishly athletic. But his moveset's better than Brock's in a more believable sense. The only thing, this is what I would do if I was booking Bobby. I would have Roman go over at SummerSlam, right? And then Roman goes over, and then next night on Raw, because the next night after SummerSlam is always great, have Brock come out and be like, I shouldn't have lost, whatever, Heyman's going off. Heyman kicks him in the nuts, joins Bobby Lashley. Never let Bobby talk again, and have Heyman be the mouthpiece. Because the only time I was turned off by Bobby was when he talked. Because the way he sounds scripted, and he sounds like a baby. He's got one of those voices. It just happens, right? Like, my voice isn't perfect, but it doesn't sound like Bobby's. And he's such a big, hulking guy. Just don't let him talk. Just make him a silent badass. Roman's gotten to the point where he can talk. He doesn't need Heyman anymore. Roman can actually talk.
And
he's comfortable.
You can thank that because John
Cena. John Cena. Yeah, absolutely right. Roman's the guy who's going to bring that title back, get rid of Brock. He might get booed, but trust me, he's going to get booed. But I guarantee he comes back Monday Night Raw a face more than ever because that title is back.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. That's the whole point of this. If anyone's going to take that belt off and get the rub off of Brock, it should be Roman. He's taken so many actual ass beatings. He's earned it. Hi, Chris. I'm just saying, I'm excited. Obviously, I'm a Roman fan, so I'm biased. But I'm more excited at the fact that there's... Shut up.
That's so weird.
There's absolutely no way Roman loses unless Vince is actually senile. Because if Brock keeps that title...
I don't know, you saw him in the ring. Oh, no, you didn't see him in the ring last night.
I looked at the clip.
I did. He might be senile.
He might be. But I'm excited to see where this goes. And I think the match is going to be good. The only thing that concerns me is the crowd. The crowd lets it go. Listen, you can watch the first and the second and the third match with Roman versus Brock. They're all good. The crowd just kind of ruins it. The second Mania was horrible because that crowd was booing the match for no reason. And the third one was horrible because they were in Saudi Arabia and they had no idea what the fuck was happening. So I'm hoping a good crowd, which Barclays is always phenomenal, plus those two for maybe the last time ever. Maybe we see a Shield reunion, man. You want Roman over as a face. Have him come over and fuck over Brock. Like, have Brock hit a 5. We know that's it, right? 5's the number. He's about to pin a 1, 2, and then you hear Sierra, Delta. He gets up.
Oof.
Oh.
I just got goosebumps.
Seriously, man. If you do that, and you have fucking Roman put up that title at the end with all 3 Shield brothers, and that title comes home to Raw, he's going to be as much of a face as you'll ever make him. That's what you got to do. If they do it, we'll see. But I'm excited about that. And it was a pretty good match last night, in my opinion.
No, it was a good match.
Let's go on to our favorite underdog, Finn Balor.
Ugh.
What the fuck are they doing with him?
They're killing him.
Dude, he's so good.
He's so good.
So good. He should.
And he's a crowd favorite. We were just at Raw 2 weeks ago. When he got up there and did that coup de grace, the crowd went nuts.
I just don't get it. I truly don't. I think Roman just doesn't like him because he's
small.
He's small, and I think, honestly, and this might be a reach, but I think it has something to do with his acceptance with the homosexual community. Because Balor's all for it, for whatever reason, whether he's homosexual or not, doesn't matter. But I think that hurt him because Vince is old school stupid. I really do. I think Balor's was like, everyone's over. I don't care if you like men, women, whatever. But I don't think Vince liked that. I think Vince is punishing him a little bit.
I hate it because he's such a talent. Like,
No, I agree. It's hard to watch.
Followed him in NXT, and when he came over and they drafted him, I was so stoked.
It's almost like what they did to Asuka, but at least Asuka got an amazing WrestleMania
She
moment.
she got a couple shots at it.
Yeah.
Balor's had one.
And he was first Universal Champ. Yeah, he got that shoulder injury, but
Don't punish him for that. Look at
it's not
Seth.
Exactly. It was Seth's fault. Yeah, it was a freak thing. I'm not saying punish Seth, but you shouldn't punish Finn. And I
Yeah.
think that's what's happening too. But I just wanted to comment on what a waste, man. If he takes off and goes to Japan, I'm 0% surprised. At this point, I would invite it because this is sad. You're giving him a fun house and making him wrestle Corbin. Stop it. Moving on, Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. I love that match, and I think Owens should win the
I think Owens is gonna win.
I think Owens should win it because, one, he's taken 2 of the most hellacious bumps I've ever seen. That bump off the steel cage blows my mind. It's Mick Foley-esque.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited to see that match. That's gonna be so fun.
I want to see Owens be a prize fighter again.
I think they're gonna give it to Owens because Braun doesn't need a briefcase to win a title.
No.
He just doesn't.
It's-
He looks weird with it.
It does. It looks stupid.
So I think he loses. I think Owens, because Owens is gonna have fun with that briefcase.
Mhm.
I think Owens gets it, and Braun will get a shot at some point, but he doesn't need a briefcase. So I think Owens is gonna win it. And my question is, Owens wins it. Does it start over? Does he get a year from SummerSlam,
No,
or does it
it's-
just continue?
They've done that before.
Yeah, they've
'Cause
done it before. You still have till the next.
yeah.
All right.
But I think Owens is better with it. Owens is my favorite heel right now. He's phenomenal.
I like Owens.
He's so good. The bumps he takes blows my mind. The dude's tough as nails. He's amazing on the mic. I wouldn't be mad, and I'm serious when I say this, if Roman went over and then Kevin cashes in on him, I'd be fine with that. Because if Owens or Roman have that belt, I'm fine. As long as it's not Brock, I'm fine with most. As long as it's not Jinder. I'd rather Brock than
No,
Jinder.
apparently he's got a feud with Braun.
Braun's going to murder him.
To
which is
find
good.
Braun's inner peace.
Yeah, he's good. We called it. We said he's getting buried. Jinder's done.
Yeah.
What else is there? Oh, obviously the women's
The
thing.
huge news.
But we'll save that for last. Is there any other people you want to talk about specifically before we go into that? Because I'm trying to think. I know Balor's huge. SmackDown's kind of in this lull right now. We're supposed to find out tonight who AJ faces.
Oh, it's on right now.
We don't really know what's happening with Daniel Bryan.
No.
Um,
I think we're good. I think we
There
hit
was an
the.
article saying like Shane's not coming back, no plans for him to come back, because they're so impressed with what Paige is doing.
I love Paige. I think she's great as a GM.
She's good on
you
the
know-
phone too.
Yeah, oh my god. Don't Google Paige, kids. It's Paige. I'm getting buzzed. Anyway,
From that bull red.
Yes, Bull Red. SmackDown's kind of in a lull. It kind of always is right now. I'm excited to see where it goes with SummerSlam. The only thing I want to bring up about SmackDown before we get into the big news is how they've completely destroyed Asuka. Asuka was undefeated for like 500 days, and then she's losing to Carmella, like clean. It's just dumb.
Yep.
They've ruined Asuka. I hate it.
It's 'cause
But
Vince. We've talked about
hates
this.
foreigners, man.
Yep.
He will ruin your life if you're foreign. Just don't come to WWE. it's not there yet. Wait till Triple H takes over. So do you want? We'll
Yeah,
go.
let's
The
go to the big news.
We talked about it last week. My guess was, of course, correct. WWE Evolution on October 28th, an all women's pay-per-view. I think it's super cool. I don't know how well it's going to go over, but I do love that they're smart enough to introduce legends. Like Trish is going to be
Trish
there.
is gonna Lita. Is
Lita.
gonna be there. Yep.
Beth Phoenix
I
has been
bet you
training
Blaze
for
is
it.
gonna be there too.
Yeah, there's
Kelly
gonna Kelly. There's gonna be a ton of those legends we grew up with, and we're gonna actually get to see them
Well,
wrestle.
they're gonna have to do that because
have to.
listen, I don't want to sound
It's not
sexist
sexist,
or
it's
anything, but listen, if you don't watch wrestling, female wrestlers right now, there's a handful. You pick, say, 40 female wrestlers, there's maybe, 7?
Top.
That
but yeah.
that can put on a great show. So I have nothing against women wrestling. The way that it has evolved over since when I watched it in the Attitude Era, because the Attitude Era was just bra and panty matches, and they didn't care about wrestling with women. It was just
remember Sable?
Yes.
When she had the handprints.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the moves and just the way women's wrestling has moved in the last couple years is amazing. I love it. Congratulations, but to make an all-women's match, you have to bring in the legends because there is not enough talent on the women roster today to carry a pay-per-view.
Absolutely not. And listen, this is what I love about it. Maybe we're wrong. I hope we're wrong. Maybe they do steal the entire show, and I like that how they did it. They presented it well. I like that Triple H and Steph went up there and they weren't heels. They were
real.
You could tell, like, Triple H literally, if you watch that clip, he was holding back tears because these are like his kids. You know, he grew them into NXT superstars, and for them to get this, it's such a cool statement. Because I really think this will be the stamp on that shit we grew up with, that bra and panty stuff.
It's done.
It's done. You know what I mean? I think it's a really cool step. I don't think it's going to be a yearly thing, but who knows? We'll see.
Depends on how this one goes.
But just the fact that, one, they got Stubborn Vince to sign off on it, and two, just the actual excitement you saw in the women's faces and in Triple H's faces, that for me was enough to get me excited. That's so cool and so real, and we're only going to see this one time. Like this one, the first time ever. I loved it. I'm glad that it's happening. I'm excited to see, man, like what happens. There's dream matches you can make. You could do like Trish versus Alexa, or Lita versus Alexa, or Charlotte versus Trish. Like all of these cool scenarios you can do, or Beth Phoenix versus Nia, or there's so many.
It's gonna be good.
I think it's gonna be amazing.
I bet you. Here's something for you. I have a new favorite diva, just because I like the talent in the ring.
Oh God,
I love her talent, and I think they're burying her, and it's pissing me off because she's got a lot of talent, and I'm looking forward to watching her. Can you guess who it is?
Becky Lynch.
No,
Becky's phenomenal.
I'm over Becky.
She's awesome. Though.
She is, but I'm over Becky.
I think she's actually. You're getting over her.
You won't
but I
guess.
think they're finally.
You might, but I doubt it.
Liv Morgan.
No.
Damn it. Sarah Logan.
No.
I don't know them.
Amber Moon.
Amber Moon. I like Amber Moon.
I like Amber Moon. I think she should be right there at the top for the women's division or the women's title, but I think they're going to bury her.
Yeah, I'm worried about where because she's just really doing that.
She's not doing anything right now.
That eclipse off the top ropes
is crazy.
The timing is always so perfect, and she kills it every time. I agree. I think she should be up there. I don't really know what they're doing with the women's title right now. I know they have Alexa and they're building to Ronda Rousey. If Ronda gets that title, which I don't think she does, I think it's still too soon. I don't know what happens there. I think we have a female Brock, which might be a little worse. I would still put Ronda with Paul if that was my division. I would still say, why not? Paul Heyman's an MMA guy. It makes sense.
WWE needs to make a Brock clause.
Yeah.
Like, you get the title, you're only allowed to hold it so long, and you need to be at every single Raw.
And that's, I hope they do that, and I think they are, and we'll see. But I don't want to see Ronda win it. I want to see it stay with a heel Alexa and Ronda go do, like, special matches. That's what she should get, special matches where she could kill it. I don't want to see her become, like, an everyday wrestler, which they've done a good job not doing. But, yeah, I like Ember Moon. I think she should be in the top. Definitely. She's so athletic, it's insane. She does terrify me, though. Like, with her moveset, she's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, Sasha Banks dangerous. Also, I do think tag team division's coming to female wrestling. I think that's why they have Bayley.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I think that's why they have
Which was
Bayley.
the weirdest. One night they are punching each other on their cars, the next night they're doing hearts together. Like, I don't know.
It makes no sense. But I definitely think we're going to see that introduced, especially because of this pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's going to be before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's the only way the pay-per-view can stay up. You know what I mean? Hopefully they just have one female tag team division instead of two separate titles.
Yeah.
I think they still should get rid of
But they're going to
them.
do two separate tag teams.
Yeah, you're probably right. But Anyway, it's super big news, and we wanted to talk about that because we mentioned it last week, and I was right, and I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be really cool. I'm wondering though if they're going to have any of the guys on it like at all.
No,
like not
it's gonna
wrestling.
be an all
but-
women match, man.
I know I'm sorry, but I mean like storyline wise, like are there going to be guy managers? How cool would that be? Like what a flip the switch, you know, in the
If
'90s.
the Usos walk
Naomi out. Yeah.
your favorite one out.
That would be cool. I'm excited to see what they do with it. They have a completely blank palette. Something tells me though, Triple H will be doing all the booking.
Triple H is doing this. Vince doesn't want to touch this.
I don't think Vince. I think Vince will just stay at home.
I think Vince thinks this is going to be a bust, and if you give Triple H enough time, I think you can turn this into something good.
I want Triple H to get control of the women's division because he always does great work.
Yep.
He should, have control of the entire company in my
He will.
opinion. But give him control of the women's division for the next 5 months. Bet you October Evolution would be one of the best pay-per-views of the year. Just my prediction. We'll see. So that's it. That's all of it. We got nothing else WWE. Do you?
Just my shout out, bro.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Just my shout out.
Just a shout out. It's perfect. We always end on WWE. So
Always have to.
the floor is yours, sir. I'm going to be sipping on my
Rocky,
Morgan Captain.
my brother from another mother.
Pushing it.
I'm waiting to see Skyscraper, but I can't see it until I get my shout out. All right? So, you give Swiss Army Nerds, the sports special, the A show, the flagship, that's right, a shout out. I will go see Skyscraper 7 days, every day. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm down. I'll take
All
that.
right? So, I'm going to challenge you, Rocky. I'm going to challenge you to shout us out on your chalkboard, or even if you say our name. I mean, whatever. So I'm going to challenge you. Anyone that's watching this that has the hookup, show them this video. You shout us out, I will go see your movie 7 days in a row.
And we'll record it every time. Not the movie, but us.
We'll
going.
put it on Instagram, sitting in front of the theater.
Yes.
Boom.
I mean, I love it, Rocky. We love you. Obviously, we're huge fans. We need you to shout us out. We need you. Help us, Rocky.
If we want to be as big as Skip, we need you.
Oh my God! Please, bury us, Rock. Bury us like they're doing Finn Balor. Alright. I love it, Rock. Of course, I'll always tweet you with this, so we're not going away. I can make as many Twitter handles as I want, Rock. As many as I want.
Yep.
Not that that's creepy or anything. All right. So we have the next show next. Next show
Next show next, guys.
Next show next.
Just so you guys know, the next show is next.
Next show is next. Remember, hashtag Hooters and Bullets.
Hooters and Bullets.
Hooters and Bullets.
Yes.
It's going to be in there.
Will, if you're watching, let's give her a t-shirt.
That might, dude, yes! Let's put that on the back. That's perfect. That is, yes. Merch right there. Oh my God, that might actually be a Toby Keith song. We should look that up. Alright, we're going to take off. We'll be back with my other co-host, and we're going to be doing a nerd special. We're covering San Diego Comic-Con, so we're excited. It's been fun. We'll be back in, a week, right? Alright, see you. Too sweet.